Hi everyone, my name is Heather and I'm the person behind Happy Puppy Truffles. Today I wanted to share with you guys another traditional origami. Today we're going to make a fancy dish. This can also be considered part of a base of a basket if you want to add handle to it, so that's another way you can kind of adapt it. For this origami you'll need 2 sheets of origami paper. We're going to fold both of them in the exact same way up until a certain point, and then we'll be moving on from there. So I thought I'd show you guys really quick here with the pink one what the folding steps are, and then we'll look at what we are going to do then to make it duplicated for the other piece as well. So first what we're going to do is, starting here with our color side facing down, I'm just going to start off by folding my paper in half. Open it up, fold it in half again. Open it up, and then we're going to do what's called a door base by folding each of these sides into the center like a big door. And open everything up, turn it 90 degrees, and repeat these steps. And so what we wind up doing is getting a nice separation of our paper so that we get 16 little squares marked off real nicely here on our paper. Open it up and then flip it over so we're looking at the color side. Then we're going to do what's called the zabuton base or the blintz base by folding each of these 4 corners into the center. I'm going to do that with all 4 sides. We're going to use these creases to help us do the next step where we collapse everything down. Open everything up when you're done and flip it over so that you're looking at the white side again. Look at it like a diamond and kind of find those flaps where you can fold into the center. And then you should have this section that's kind of poking up here at the top. I'm just going to push down on that until it lays down nice and flat. And then I'm just going to repeat those steps on my other sides. This one will be pretty easy. It'll lay down nice and easy. And then this part, actually both will just kind of naturally go down at the same time. You can kind of get them started here by laying them down. And then what's good is to kind of make sure that everything is really nice and smushed by going ahead and flipping it over and just smoothing over everything, kind of making the creases nice and clear by pushing down on all those areas. Once I've gotten all those creases folded over, I'm just going to go ahead and start then by taking everything, and we're going to make some folds on each of these little sections. Now, to make sure that those go well, it kind of helps to sort of unfold the rest of everything here, just so that it's not in the way. Kind of has a tendency to kind of be in the way. What we're going to do for each of these corners is I'm going to take this flap and fold it up to the top so that I know where my center is. And then I'm going to take and fold the flap just up to the center crease. And then fold back up again. So I get a nice little bar of white there. Then I'm just going to take this flap and fold it over. And then we're going to take and fold this part over to create a little triangle, and then return our flap back to the way it was. I'll do the same thing on this side. Sometimes it helps to kind of turn things around when you do this. We're just tucking basically a little bit of what you see here behind, so we get this cute little sort of kite shape in the end. And then we're just going to repeat those steps for the remaining side. So I just kind of return everything back to the way it was, fold up, then fold back down again and fold up to the crease that I just made and roll that section up. Get the flap to come over. It can be a little tricky there because there's a little extra layer of paper now, so you want to kind of guide it along. When you fold this part over, you don't need to make it so exactly flush on the crease point in the middle there, because it can cause a little bit of tension between stuff. So kind of keep it loose, just a little shy of where that is. And that'll help make it so that it'll come and be more nice and flat when you're finished. And then I'm just going to finish doing these ones too. And like I said, it can be a little hard when some of these sides get in the way, so you can kind of push things out of the way for a second and then just return everything back when you're done. And I'm just going to keep going around and folding these parts over so I can get these completed little kite shapes when I'm done. So I've got 3 of the 4. This is the last one. Again, just fold up my flap, fold it back down, fold it up to the crease that I just made, return that, roll it up, and then fold the flap over to the side. Fold the side to the center, make a good crease, and return it over, and then we're going to do the other side too. So you wind up with something that looks like this. Now you're going to want to take your green piece of paper or your other piece of paper and do the exact same thing. And when you're done with that, you're also going to cut right along the creases here and here so that you get these little pieces, these little squares when you're finished. So I've already folded these and then cut them so that I wind up with these little pieces like this. Now we're going to take each of these and add them to the piece that we have here. I'm just going to slide them in, and then we're going to take this section that you see here and I'm going to fold it up so that it's flush with the edge there on either side. Little creases here and here. And then I'm just going to take this and tuck it into that little pocket that you see right here. And that will secure the piece right that I've added in. And I can just go around and do that for the remaining sides. So you just slide one of these in and then take the flap, fold it up. And this step does help if you kind of hold it in your hands as you're working, because it's a little easier to do than trying to keep it flat on a table. But we do want to kind of get all those folded up. Do the next one here. I'm going to add this in. Let's see if I can kind of show you guys with it down on the table. A little harder to kind of naturally just get a hold of stuff, but we make sure everything is staying in place. Roll this piece up. Can't go any farther than this because everything's kind of in the way, so you know you're going far enough. And then you're just going to tuck it into the pocket that's right in front of it. And then we'll do the last place too. And we'll tuck that last part in. Now, as we did all of this, I kind of created sort of a natural crease down at the bottom as I was making my creases. What we're going to do is we're going to poof this open to create our box or fancy dish, if you will. I'm just going to start by kind of putting my fingers into the space here and holding what I have here on the sides and pinching along the paper that's right here. And I'm going to do that for these four corners first. Just go around kind of pinching in to just open this section up. We're going to form it better later, but we're just putting a little pressure and pinching so that things open up. And I'll do that for all four sides. Now, naturally, it kind of just goes down to where things probably are from the crease that we just made before. But we just want to kind of maybe go in and make a nice little final crease here to make sure that all of these sides are the same and that you get a nice little square base here down at the bottom. And that can create the nice little finished fancy dish, which is our completed traditional origami for today. I'll have some more fun things to share with you guys in the days to come. Thanks again always so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.